All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the elders of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutation to the light Akim on the four corners, pushing this truth and sincerity. Peace be unto you. This is John chapter 3, verses 19. In fact, Salaki, let me start up a little bit. I'll start with the world famous John 3:16. It says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth him should not perish, but have everlasting life." So, Most High gave his only begotten Son. Now we know Adam was God's son originally. Adam also was referred to God's son. Yahweh Shai, who the world called Jesus Christ, is Adam in their reincarnation, if you can receive it. But of course, if you can't receive it now, that doesn't mean you won't be able to receive it. You know, some things are harder to digest. Maybe you're, still taking the milk in. But Yahweh gave his only begotten Son for the world, so that in the world being Israel, so anybody that believes, just like how Moses lived up the serpent in the wilderness, anybody believes that in his Son can receive everlasting life. Okay, verse 17. "For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God." So you have some people that believe that, oh yeah, I believe in God, but I don't believe he had a son. But what about the mom? What about the mother and stuff like that? And all these other religions that believe that they worship in God. We all worship in the same God, but just under a different name. There's many gods in this universe. Ultimately, there's one Father. Now, you have gods that are of humans, with a little g. This is Psalms 82:6. Psalms 82 says, Psalms 82:6 says, "I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High." So, on that sense, we're gods as well. You got other spirits that people worship as gods. People worship, that's where you get idols. Some people make the work of man's hands their gods. So, we're not all serving the same God. Verse 18 says, "He that believeth on him," again, so like this verse 18 again says, "He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God." Verse 19, "This is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil." So people that love, being evil, they're going to hate the light. And that's going to be this word. There's going to be people, they hear this word, it's going to be like nails on a chalkboard to them. They hear this, because this is the light that's being spoken to them. They want to be in darkness. They're going to hate that. They're not going to want to hear about, the works and the deeds that they're doing being evil. This is verse 19 again. "And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness." So the Most High understood that, man being carnal as he is, he likes darkness, so, okay, all right, you want to be in darkness, I'm going to give you light, so that right there is bothersome and noisome to somebody already. Reading on in verse 19, and men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. Right. So if ideally, if you're doing evil things, you want to do it in the dark, where there's no light around. You're not gonna, you know, uh, sell, drugs right in front of, uh, a Israelite congregation, where everybody sees. You want to do it at nighttime where can't nobody see. Most times when crime is happening at nighttime. The 2, 3, 4 o'clocks in the morning, that's the time where most crime is happening. So if something happens in the dark, you're less likely to be caught. Verse 20, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. Right. So nobody wants to hear how the lifestyle that they're living is bad, because here you're living a lifestyle that, for instance, let's say you have Muslims. Now, that is not the truth or the light, but you got Muslims that will, especially black Muslims, especially that came out of prison. They'll go to Ramadan. They'll follow Ramadan. They'll go to the synagogue or their mosque every now and then, but then they'll still be into selling drugs to their own people, destroying their own community. And now they don't mind doing those two things, because first, Islam is not the light. It's not the truth. So you can follow a false religion and still do all other type of wickedness, but coming into the true light, you're actually going to hate this. This is actually going to be a thorn in your flesh to come across, somebody saying that, okay, you can't do this. You can't commit adultery. You got to live your life like this. You got to follow the law, statutes, commandments of God. That's going to be, like, what's that Chinese torture where they put like water droplets on your neck, on your head slowly? That's going to be torture to you, because your own spirit is going to condemn you, because no matter how much we try to convince ourselves what's right and what's wrong, your conscience knows what's right. So your conscience is really your conscience, and your spirit wants to receive it if you're an Israelite. And so now you having a war with your spirit that wants to receive it versus your flesh that wants to do the other part, because your spirit is going to be inclined to this thing, if the Most High, will that you are. And, if you read verse 17, it says, God sent his son into the world to condemn the world. Wait, Slakia. For God sent not his son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. So the point is that verse 17 is that he didn't specifically come in here just to go around and condemning everybody, but you're going to be condemned if you come into the light, and that's just what's the terminology? That's just not aftermath. I can't even think of the word right now, but that's just collateral damage, basically. That comes with the territory. This is verse 20 again. It says, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. Verse 21, he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God. So if you do truth, if you want to, I was talking to this woman at my job, and she was saying, like, she don't believe in Jesus. She believes in God. She makes sure she emphasizes that, but she don't believe in Jesus. She don't believe that God had a son and stuff like that. And I remember asking her, like, but don't you want to know truth? Don't you owe it to yourself to know the truth? And she said no. I asked her why she don't believe in Jesus. She said, because I don't want to. And then after that, she said, I don't want to. I said, but don't you want to know the truth? Don't you owe it to yourself to seek truth? And she said she didn't want to. And that this verse up here proves it, is explaining it. They don't want to accept it because it condemns their spirit. And on On that note, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash Brakatah. Double honors to the elders of GMS who rule well. Peace, salutations, and shalom.